Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 116, and this one is all about the Leo goat. And as you can see on the caption prior to the video, there's all the dates you have to be in this Western and Eastern Zodiac sign. So any questions, any queries, just post on my wall here or inbox me and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, let's start straight away then with the Leo goat as a child. Now, we've spoken about the Leo. The Leo is just all-encompassing. They love everyone to be their friend. They're a larger-than-life character, as we know. We know what they're like. They like to have fun. They like to laugh and joke. Yes, they can be serious. They can do their work. They enjoy achieving, very much so. And you notice that from a young age. And they respond very well to praise. So the little bit of praise they feed off and they just gallop ahead with that. But with the goat into the mix, it makes this sign check back quite a bit, because the goat being a little bit dreamy, yes, they'll be very good with their work as well. You know, they will like to achieve. The goats really do enjoy achieving, but they won't be so bold, so full on, and you know, just as eye-catching in the sense of when they're in the classroom, you know, they'll be checked back a little bit, out of the limelight. As I say, we know the Leos like the limelight quite a bit, but they'd be very willing to sit, not completely out of the spotlight, but away from it, most definitely. As I say, it does dilute this Leo quite a bit, but it adds in some other fantastic characteristics which, you know, enhance the Leo in other ways. So it's by no means, you know, a lesser one. Let me put that straight. It's not a lesser one. It's just a slightly different angle which you're going to see this Leo. So we've got this child who's going to be very keen on achieving, slightly quieter way of doing it, but they're going to be very astute. They're going to be particularly good with mathematics, and they're going to be, as I say, quietly and confidently going about their business. But what you start to realise, and the differences that come into it, is that the Leo goat seems to be in their own little bubble. They have quite a strict tempo in their mind of timetables, etc. As I say, we've talked about their like of figures, mathematics, etc. And they have their own little bubble, their own little cocoon. And whereas, yes, they have friends, they probably will have only 2 or 3 very close ones. As I say, not looking for mega popularity like some Leos do. They love to encompass everybody. They love to get on with everybody. Slightly different here. As I say, they'll be happy with their 2 or 3 very, very strong friends, and that'll be their little group. They'll be very happy with that. And as I say, they're in their own little bubble, and whereas you're maybe used to the Leo being very driven, very sort of, not aggressive, but very forceful, and they don't rest until they've achieved, until they've really, you know, thrown everything into it. You find the goat adds a little bit of vagueness, a little bit of dreaminess, but they're still achieving, but they're doing it quieter. So you just have to look at it, you have to look a little bit deeper, and that's what you'll find about this combination when it meets Leo. It's a little bit deeper, it's under the surface. Sometimes their true friends don't really know them, because that bubble is quite impenetrable in a lot of ways, because they have quite a little bit of a dreamlike existence going on in their mind. They like solitude a lot more than other Leos. So, you know, whereas Leos do enjoy the group thing and they love football, netball, whatever they're involved in, they love the group thing, but really love music. Now, the Leo goat could like music, but they could be prone to maybe picking a more solo instrument, shall we say. Like, they might just take them off, might like the violin or something, the piano maybe, something a little bit more, not your run-of-the-mill, your electric or your bass guitar, your drums, something like that. they will need quite a lot of time on their own, and they will do this. They have this, don't get me wrong, they're going to have their friends, they're going to be going through with those strong core of friends, but they're going to need some quiet time and some of their own time, and their friends will appreciate this. They will get to know them in that sense, but will they deeply know them? I don't know, because, as I say, they're very guarded, the Leo goat, in that sense. Sometimes they don't always know what's going on in really deep down. They just know that tranquility and solitude, that helps them achieve, so they do it in their way. They were very prone to things of beauty, very aesthetic, male or female. They'd be drawn to buildings, also sculptures, architecture. This is a real buzz for them, where they can look at these magnificent buildings, just stand and look. They really collect themselves, and then, when they're going off in their tangent, they're in their own little bubble. Who knows what they're thinking of, but no doubt they're thinking about, look at these magnificent people who have achieved this, and maybe they were a Leo goat because they would have done it quietly. It would have taken a long time, but they would have been dedicated in a subdued way, and worked very well on their own. So this could be in essence where they lie in, forms of mathematics with architecture, building plans. I can see them being an excellent drafts person. I can see them, being a fantastic safety officer, stadia, that sort of thing. So we've got to look at them, and we've got to say, look, they're not a lesser Leo by any means. They are just a very, very fascinating and a slightly different slant of Leo. That's what it takes. But we're wanting to get into work quite quickly, because they can progress in their own way. They will progress stubbornly and with dedication. But, as I say, they're absolutely fine working on their own. They could very well freelance. They'll be excellent at that. Freelancing, it's not a problem to them at all. They don't need the office. They don't need the crowds. They still have their friends. And don't get me wrong, they will enjoy some fantastic nights out. They let their hair down, and you see that quite a good fun side to them. They really have a lovely sense of humour, and they do know how to have fun, but it has to be in its place. As I say, we're looking at their timetable. They've got this own inner strict timetable that they need to get to where they're going, and they're going to do it, but they will have fun. And when it's time for fun, boy, they'll have fun. Don't you worry about that. And their friends will see that, that bubbly, dreamlike, sort of, quirky person that they, come to love. Being maybe not as flash and as sort of bold as other Leos, but will make them laugh. Will be very gentle-natured as well. So you've got a less conflicting person who may be going out. And sometimes the drink and Leos can get a bit, the emotions can run and they can get fiery, but this one keeps it very balanced. They can really let their hair down and keep a gentle side to them, which is quite important to their friends as well. They don't want someone losing the plot while they're all out having a laugh. So who are the characters for these? These people who are very self-contained, need solitude, want to progress though, need to progress. So who could match that? Who could really sort of make this a fantastic relationship? Well, you've got to look at pigs. You've got to look at the pigs for the goats, because the pigs have the patience. They also like their downtime, their own time. They will respect silences. They also love beauty as well. So they are all the mixtures that this couple need. They can be a very solitary couple as well, very private, and that would be lovely. So the pigs and the goats, I very much recommend. So let's look for the Libra pig, Sagittarius pig, the Aries pig, and the Gemini pig. All wonderful matches. And we can also look at the security, because the goat will be conscious about not being too extravagant. The Leo can be very extravagant. So they've got a nice little balance there, but they will still be quite careful with the cash. Well, the rabbit's very careful with the cash as well, and they know where to store it and where to save it. And the goat will love this. They will really appreciate that this person is running the home tip-top, while they've got their schedule. The rabbit, there's no stone left unturned in the house. It is their sanctuary. It is their haven. They will make a beautiful nest that will be furnished out beautifully as well. So let's have that rabbit looking after the pennies as well. You know, these could go far together. Very, very good for making cash, that is. So let's look for your Libra rabbit, your Sag rabbit, your Aries rabbit, and your Gemini rabbit. All fantastic, and as I say, very, very strong. And okay, the rabbit loves to chat. We know the rabbit loves to chat, but sometimes, you know, the goat will open up here. You know, they will need their solitary time, but don't get me wrong, when they mix, they're going to be very gentle when they mix, and they don't mind the rabbit having a few more words in there. They quite enjoy it, and they can tell some good stories of rabbits as well, so it makes a very intriguing relationship. The ones we've got to avoid are the oxen. Now, the oxen does like a set rhythm, as we know. They like to do their work, they like to plod home, but there's going to be too many silences here. The breakdown here is communication, and the oxen's discipline and their nature is very opposed to what the goat is. The oxen is quite stern, quite severe, and silent type, but the goat has this gentle way, so they couldn't really be looking across at somebody who's quite stern and quiet as well, so it would cause too much of an atmosphere and too many silences. Communication would be poor, and I think and I know that that is not a good combination. If we look at the Leo goat's health, well, with Leos, as always, we have to keep an eye on the heart, because it can be, you know, the biggest part of them can be the weak link, and sometimes they can have heart problems. So I stress that to be checked, as all Leos, very, very much so. This is more poignant around the heart area and the spine area. So, you know, if you're feeling unwell whatsoever, get that checked, because there could be a full life still ahead. It's just checking it early enough. Any problems, or if your child, your Leo goat child, is complained about anything of that ilk, breathlessness, etc. like that, just get them along, get them checked straight away, and I tell you what, you won't look back, because that's the main worry with this combination. Nothing else really, because they're very strong constitution other than that, and as I say, physically very good. Just the heart can be a weak link. Okay, thank you for joining me, and please join me for the next one. Thank you.